Hey, how you doing everybody? It's Zuko. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to another pre-order roundup. This week's gonna be pretty short. I was considering delaying this one, putting it into next week's video, but there might not be a video next week because next week's One Fest. That's gonna be a lot of news coverage. So we do it now. I could tell you though that this week was very cultured, so look forward to that as we progress through the video. Gonna start off with a very small re-release section, including the Albedo Wing version for like 30,000 yen. Do not remember the original pricing of this figure, but it did come out 4 years ago. A very pretty figure of Albedo, if you ask me, very windswept, and I like the sculpting and positioning of her wings. And then we also had a figure of Kiryu from Digsta. I don't know if this is like the third time they've re-released this figure, maybe I should stop bringing it up, but I did want to use Kiryu here to segue into the budget figure section. Yeah, that's how small the re-releases were this week, because we are getting a figure of Akiyama, who debuted in Yakuza 4. One of the best characters in the series, in my opinion. I think this is a pretty good looking figure, not Digsta's best, but certainly not their worst. Don't believe he has any accessories though, but I'm very happy to see him. In fact, seeing that they're making characters like Akiyama and Saejima is kind of making me want to pick some of these up. At the very least though, this puts us one step closer to the Shinada figure. If they make that guy, I'm absolutely buying it, and then I'll probably want some more of these figures too. But I really don't think they'll do it, I'm just kind of hopeful. Next up though was easily the best budget figure of the week, maybe even the month. We have a little Doro Nonscale from Ami Ami and Snail Shell, about 4,000 yen, and as you could see, comes with quite a bit. Some extra face plates, a lot of arms and legs, some trash bags, a mop, and looking through the gallery, this is so charming and silly. I don't play Nikkei, but I kind of want this. I mean, look at this stupid pose they put her in. I love this like stride she's making as she's walking down the street, holding like meat, I think, in the bags. I don't believe you get this trash can, but it does show off her crying expression, which is very cute. Where is it? The mop. Yeah, she's just mopping the floor. This just looks so silly to me. I absolutely adore it. Next up was a figure from Mythos of Honkai Impact 3's Kiana. This is a chibi version of the character for about 5,000 yen. Inner jams next to this very nicely painted pillow. That gradient really pops against her white and gray palette, but there is some blue accents as well. Her eyes and like this portion of her dress going down the body here. Her hair gradation looks really nice now that I'm looking at her hair from the back. There's like 3 colors here and it's getting very vibrant towards the tips. And while this next one isn't actually for sale yet, it will be next week, and they put the page up already. Might as well talk about it now. Mythos is also putting up a Honkai Star Rail Castorus figure for about 6,500 yen. And for a budget figure, I think this one looks absolutely gorgeous. The way it's set up, she's playing the harp, but she's also floating above the music bar down there made of gold, and I love the palettes of her costume and hair as well, purple and white. Has a very pretty face as well, which we could see here. Absolutely lovely. There's butterflies adorning the figure too, by her arm, on the harp itself. This just looks really high quality. There's like a pearlescent paint running throughout the whole figure too. And the whole composition here has such a serene vibe to it as she's strumming the strings, floating above the bass. Her hair is fluttering in the wind a little bit. It even seems like up close that her dress has some like glitter applied to it, which they really didn't need to do. The rest of the figure already looks outstanding. But yeah, this one looks incredible at this price point. Alright, so now we're going to start talking about some premium figures for the week, starting off with a 1/4 scale Arya bunny version from Freeing for 33,000 yen. I quite like this one. There's a bit of confidence behind this expression. Pretty charming. And this pose as she's kneeling down, I think is pretty cute too. Very straightforward bunny suit, went with black, which I think works very well with the silver gray hair. There's some red string around her waist that match alongside the bow tie around her neck and the ribbon in her hair, so some red accents throughout the figure, but certainly they're not really trying to innovate here. But in this instance, I don't think that's too big of an issue. Next up from Kotobukiya, we had a figure of Elsa from Sasaki and Peeps for 22,000 yen. I think this one is a little expensive for what it is. She is sitting on the this wooden crate, and on the inside there's some like hay or straw. I can't exactly tell what it's supposed to be. I do like that one of the wooden planks is starting to fall off, and the wood grain finish is quite nice, the texturing throughout this little crate. I also like the overall composition of this figure, sitting on the crate, but also having this bird perched on her hand. That shit's adorable. She looks like a farm girl to me. I don't know if that's the point. But she also does come with a very cute bonus expression. I like this one way more. She just looks way happier here, and the depth they sculpted for her mouth just looks better than the gentle smile on the default face. Yeah, we're kind of just jumping all over the place. How about a life-sized Pikachu statue from Sideshow Collectibles? I had no idea this company made stuff. I thought they were just a storefront. Good to know. But yeah, this is officially licensed by the Pokemon Company, so if you've ever wanted a life-size Pikachu, you got your opportunity now. As you can see, they are also working on Charizard, who is much more dynamically set up. I'll talk about that one whenever he goes up for pre-order. But yeah, Pikachu, much more static, and that's not a pun, just because he's an electric type. He's just standing there. I do like his base though. The grass and the dirt up close look really nicely sculpted and painted. Kind of reminds me of like maybe the Viridian Forest. I doubt that's what they're going for, but because I'm old and I remember finding Pikachu in the Viridian Forest, that's what I'm thinking. It's cute. It's like a very modern version of Pikachu, but there's like so many different versions of Pikachu depending on the artist. I do like this version more than the one with the massive head and the tinier body, but I'll always like fatter Pikachu from back in the day the most. So if they make that, hit me up. If they make Porygon, hit me up. I fucking love Porygon. They're not going to make Volcarona my favorite, but Porygon #2. And I think that's more likely to happen. Anyway, let's move on to S-Fire's Asica figure from Rebuild Aviva, 20,000 yen. This one looks alright to me, very vibrantly painted, tons of gloss throughout the plug suit too. And as you can see, the plug suit is ripped in numerous areas for story reasons, but because of those reasons, I feel like her face is a bit of a mismatch because she looks a little too young here, and I feel like she should look a little bit older. Up close, you can see a lot of like creases and wrinkles in the plug suit, which is some nice detailing there for the sculpting. So yeah, not too bad. I just feel like, you know, one thing is kind of holding it back for me. Next up from Fat Company was a figure of the Doctor for 25,000 yen. In the future, doctors are going to be wearing skin-tight suits. How exciting, something to look forward to. But there's also a lot of translucency in her outfit as well, in this like hoodie, I guess, or jacket, as well as her mask. And they both look really nice alongside the excellent shading seen in the skin-tight suit. I really like this choice of blue that they went with here. A lot of small details throughout this costume as well. Some text printed on her body, some warning labels, some just like extra accessories tied to her leg. I think the only thing I wish this figure had was a little bit of shading for her hair. It's a nice color. It goes alongside the whites and the blues, but I don't know, just one extra hue, I feel, would go a very long way to make this figure look even better. Her fit really is, though, the star of the show here. This shit just looks comfy. These very puffy sleeves, all like bunched up and whatnot. I like her shoes, too. Anyway, we're going to move on. This one's from Solar Rain. It's colors red for 23,000 yen. I have a feeling this one's not going to be as popular as the colors blue figure. It's a bit more expensive, and I don't think everybody's like super into bows and quivers. I personally think this looks awesome. A futuristic bow and quiver design looks really slick. If we turn this figure around, you can see her actually pulling the arrows from the quiver, which is a really nice detail. Her hair flow looks excellent as well. The shade of pink, really pretty too. And yeah, I'm not going to ignore it. She's got a nice butt. In fact, you could take off the skirt entirely to get a better look at her high-cut leotard, which is very glossy looking, might I add, but also shows off her hips so much more without the skirt. Does feel a bit more fan servicey than colors blue. I mean, these photos are evidence of that for sure. But yeah, overall, I think it's very impressive for this price point. Next up, we had a Data Live Karumi Tokisaki AX Grit figure from Design Coco, 35,000 yen. I'm still not exactly sure what AX Grit is. I do know that this is a collaboration though, and this outfit they put her in looks awesome, very stylish, very fashionable, but it's not even like the whole draw of this figure because there's so many gears and clocks and just like effect pieces down there. Yeah, there's some like supports keeping her up in place that could have been handled a little bit better, but you know, what can you do? They wanted her pretty high up in the air, right? Regardless of how this actually turns out, though, I'm loving this inspired take on her character. Like, this outfit is just awesome. The gears on the boots, like, that's so sick. And the goggles, I don't think I've ever seen Kurumi wear goggles, but I love the look. Her sleeves are freaking me out, though. I think they're both metallic orange and translucent orange. I'm pretty sure they're different, right? It looks that way to me, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. That has to be it. That's really interesting. This design's awesome. I don't know if it's worth it or not, but I really like how she looks here. Apex is making a new Genshin Impact figure of Shenhu, the Lonesome Transcendence version, for 23,000 yen, and she looks outstanding. I think what I like the most about this figure is the way her outfit is designed, like this pattern work that's sculpted on top of this sheer material, and then like her body pokes through on certain portions of the figure. It's really nice looking, has a bit of elegance to it, but also sexiness as well. Her face looks pretty cool too as she's staring into the distance. She is also standing on this mountaintop base with some clouds circling each of these little mountains just to show like the heights, her elevation in the world of Genshin Impact. Pretty dang cool. This spear looks awesome, so pointy, so deadly looking, but also pretty ornate and fancy. Also, just to focus on her clothing once again, there's a lot of movement to her sleeves, I guess because she's like descending from the mountains. It's very windy up there. Same things going on with her hair, blowing aggressively off to the side. So yeah, has excellent posing, very well set up. Color choices are excellent here, the red and gold accents I really like. And yeah, just seems like an overall really impressive figure for the price. Next up, we have the Hatsune Miku World Is Mine version for 28,000 yen. Made by Good Smile Company. A design of Miku we've seen in the past for sure, but this is set up in an entirely different way. And of course, the artist is once again Red Juice, as it should be, because that just makes sense. Now let's get a better shot of this figure in all of its glory. Miku is sitting on this armchair, very fancy looking. Could be a throne if you want to interpret it that way because of her little crown that she's wearing, very cute. Her twin tails are broken up into several hair strands that are curling and zigzagging towards the bottom of the base. It looks pretty good, but it's not like my favorite Miku hair sculpt. It almost has like a roughness to the sculpting that doesn't make it look as pleasant as it could. I'm pretty sure her twin tails are supposed to look thin, so mission accomplished on that. But I guess personally, I'm not in love with this design. I will say her face looks outstanding, absolutely beautiful smile and eye decals. I adore the way they've sculpted and designed her face, and the sculpting of her top to make it look as if it was very thin, and the pattern work on the sleeves, that looks so good too. She's also got really nice looking legs, very slender. Seems like there's a bit of gloss on the thigh highs and heels as well. And then off to her side is a vase with some roses. The petals have started to fall off and have landed on this pink and purple, or is that a dark blue, checkerboard base. Honestly, I love the way this is set up. I just wish I liked her hair more. That's the only thing holding me back personally from just like thinking this is a 10 out of 10. I could certainly appreciate though the artistic vision behind this Miku. It's doing its own thing, seems very deliberate on each of its choices, and for that, I think it looks really nice. Last part of the video, let's talk about some cultured figures of like varying quality and like varying degrees of cultured. Here's Katya, the Surfside Leisure swimsuit version for 16,700 yen. Excellent pricing for a swimsuit figure, and this one is made by Good Smile Arts Shanghai. I think this looks great. With one exception, I think her base looks kind of meh. It is a sandy base, it places her on the beach, but I think it only looks okay. Not really a big deal though, because Katya looks excellent. Very sexy body sculpt, really long legs, love the tummy sculpting, chest looks excellent too. The design of the swimsuit just overall is really appealing, and she has so many highlights in her hair, yellow, blue. I love this painted on shine over her bangs. She's even got this golden hair accessory just to complete the look up here. Plus her face looks so pretty. Is that supposed to be a scar on her nose? I'm not sure, but I would love it if that were the case. she actually does have a second expression, which gives you a bit of lip gloss, which looks nice, but I do like the other one a bit more. From the back, you can see the dimples, which is an insane attention to detail, and she's also emoting, creating a heart on her finger. Very cute. Next up is a case of very funny censorship. This is Arya and Tama, a 1/7 scale by Alice Glint for 25,000 yen. That little kitty that's clearly covering up her chest can actually be taken off. This is a cast-off figure, but I think this makes it more charming. It's a little weird, but it's also like something I've not seen before. Like that cat just knows exactly what it's doing. Next up is the Majia Visor swimsuit version, a 1/6 scale by Kadokawa. Very skimpy swimsuit, really not hiding that much, and the squatting pose kind of adds to that as well. She comes with two faceplates, the standard blushing one and the excited faceplate, and I have to be careful in this gallery because she is a cast-off figure, and alongside that second face in the special package edition, you get the octopus parts that are grabbing her arms while she's holding the beach ball up, and you can guess where this is probably going. So yeah, I guess that's all I really need to say about that one. Next up was a new figure of Toou from Dragon Maid by A Dimension for about 18,000 yen. This is a 1/4 scale, so this is going to be absolutely massive. And at that price point, that's kind of crazy. These thigh highs here are actually like fabric, which you could see better in this photo here. I'm assuming you could take those off, but I don't know if like the elastic at the top is sculpted on. Can't actually tell. You might have noticed that this is actually based off an illustration by the original artist of Dragon Maid. You can see that very clearly in her face, but also her proportions. Her boobs are huge on this sculpt. And, you know, the sculpting of the chest is decent. Can't tell if there's a weld going down the cleavage, but I do like that she's pushing into it with her arm. That's kind of a nice detail. But, yeah, this button-down shirt pretty much opened, besides one, keeping things in place, I suppose. And yeah, kind of a lack of shading throughout the entire figure, but this is also 18,000 yen, so it's like, I get it. That's fine. I'm not going to complain about that. I don't think I should be showing this one. I'm just going to stay on this image and censor that down there. Here is Momoka Sakaraba from Model Way, a 1/4 scale for like 13,000 yen. How are they pulling that off at that size? I will say her thighs, which you can't see because I'm censoring it, are one, very thick, but two, like the sculpting of the creases by the butt, it's kind of good. It is good. Her face is really good too. And the colors look nice. The shade of pink, the shading seems decent. Very large chested character too. And because of the posing as she's dancing on the pole, gravity is doing its thing, which I can't help but think is pretty impressive at this price point. Anyway, moving on, here is Azerlane Breton pillowed counseling version from Alpha Max for like 35,000 yen. This outfit is insane. She's like barely wearing anything. This shirt, if you could call it that, with the leopard print, it's like not connected anywhere. It just like drapes over the front. And honestly, I'm not really sure if I want to show this figure from the back because everything's just out there besides like the thong that she's wearing. There's like two. I don't really know what's going on with her outfit, but it is a little much for YouTube, I think. Either way, a 1/4 scale Bremerton in this outfit with the tan and the tan lines. Holy shit. Whoever designed this outfit is a madman, and then whoever made this a 1/4 scale just knew how to make money. Also, just to paint a better picture, she's supposed to be like helping you relax. That's why the pillow's there. That's why she's holding the oil, I guess, to give you a massage. I mean, who would turn that down? She's wearing a lot of jewelry, which I feel fits really well with this tacky leopard shirt that she's wearing. I'm just not going to show you this figure from the back, but from the side illustrates it like almost just as well. Like, god damn, she's like basically naked. Also, this weld in her leg looks absolutely terrible. They should fix that before releasing this figure. And then our last figure in the video is the Azerlane Mousashi still illustration version from Neon Max for like 35,000 yen again. It is so difficult to talk about figures like this when you're trying to keep a level of professionalism on the channel, to a degree of course. I'm not like trying to be super serious or anything, but I had a bit of a moment when I saw this figure go up for pre-order. It was like a monkey neuron activation thing. You know the meme? You know what I'm talking about? This figure is just like utterly bonkers to me in its sculpting. Like, it's not even that crazy or different from other Azerlane figures, but something about just like the curvature of Mousashi here. And I was just like, man, am I about to buy a 1/4 scale Azerlane figure? That's like the last thing I need right now. But she is very alluring, let me tell you. I don't know if Neon Max can handle all this woman. It just feels like something's gonna go wrong. This just looks way too good of a prototype. I mean, every photo in this gallery looks so good, from the shading in her hair, the glossiness of her thigh highs. Like, why are they glossy? I don't know, but I really like it. Same for the heels. I just love the way this is set up. It shows off like both, you know, charm points of her body, right? The highlight in her hair, the nails are painted blue. You got that plushie that's just like blocking you from seeing everything, which I don't know if you could take that off or not. Like, she's about to just spill out of this outfit. Like, you could see that. I mean, you can understand why this figure would look so good to somebody. I think this is one of the better Azerlane figures. It's not even doing anything that special, but it looks dang good. Either way, that's going to do it for our pre-order roundup. Thanks for watching. Next week is One Fest. Might skip next week's pre-order roundup. I don't know. Probably just to like save myself the trouble and then combine 2 weeks or something like that. If you enjoyed the video, like it, leave me a comment. I got a Patreon if you want to support that. I got a Discord for free if you want to join that as well. And I guess until next time, take care. Later.